Hello. Hello, everyone. We're gonna start with a little modding and see how far I go. So what am I gonna do? I need to double check something. Let's build. I just want to make sure my my cast bar still works. Yeah. And let's hop into this one. Come on, load. Hoping everything works. I pruned out some unused logic here. All right, so that looks good. Let's do this. Yep, that looks good. Still works. So that works. That does not. So the wand stuff does not work now. Is it just because of transmutation? No, it's the wand itself. All right, so let's see why. Let's see why this isn't working. So item remove refresh, right? Item remove refresh. Let's take a look at this. Compose mana bar. Ooh, this is specifically looking for spell scrolls. Oh, this is why. Ooh. That would be better. Maybe not. So let's see, what would be getting in the way here? Alright, so that's how many spell slots to choose, that's fine. It is Proto Wand, right? I think it is. Let's take a look here. Item, tool... We got tool spell casting. We got tool spell scroll, and I believe proto wand. I believe this is the main wand. Yeah, stick, bamboo, stakes, bone. Oh, I forgot bamboo is something you can make wands out of too. The bamboo wand. Does it work on the staff? No selected spell. Yeah, here we go. Dig works. Rust orb works. So it's something wand specific. No. Okay, it's working now. Okay, so maybe I just didn't do a refresh. I may not have shotgun it in, right? Save, fireball. Just to make sure we're gonna reload the world. There we go. So I'm removing more unused logic from the cast bar. Oh, life-giving water. Oh man. And then we will work on changing the befriend animal spell. We're gonna change it to where befriend animal 2 and 3 are gonna be AoEs of various sizes. All right, that's looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good, and looking good. All right. That works. That works. All right, and let's pull up a block. Yep, that works. Okay. Perfect. Got it. Ravguard, hey. Happy Turkey Day if you celebrate. Ooh. Okay, so that should make things a little cleaner. All right, let's take a look at the befriend animal spells and give that an overhaul. Let's see, I'm gonna want befriend animal. Well, first, close others, right? Let's get rid of some stuff. I need befriend animal 2 and befriend animal 3. What we're gonna look at here, and Rafgard, thanks for the follow. And we're just doing some modding right now with Rustbound Magic. I'm fixing the UI, the cast bar UI. I'm not really fixing, I'm just improving it. And it was suggested today, someone put in the memes channel, like, you know, make befriend animal an AoE. So I'm like, all right, I could do that. Didn't think to do that, so we're getting it in right now. So we'll be in the next update. And then I may try Foundry. We may hop into Satisfactory. I'm not sure. I don't think there's going to be any Hightail stuff. I could load up Blockbench and kind of stumble through. I did start to make my model here for Hightail. My what will be the airship. So as you can see, like, I'm kind of working on the seat. I'm trying to keep it like themed like Hightail. I'm envisioning, like, on the front here, I'm gonna put another block in, and I'm gonna have like a like ram guard kind of here. I'm thinking I want this to be a little bigger, like a little longer, because if the person sits here, I can like inflate the side and the back, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's really gonna work. But we could do some modeling too. That way, if I have the model all set and then I get some textures going, when Hightail comes out, like, I could just like hit the ground running with an airship mod. We'll be flying on airships. We'll be flying. I need to look up my Healing Surge spell, which is right here, because I'm gonna need some stuff from it. We're gonna need range, stats, cast time, mana cost. All that stuff is correct. For this, I'm gonna have to inflate this a little bit. The sphere should be... I think this needs to be like 1.25 or maybe 1.75. Here, let's take a look. Let's take a look at it. Maybe 2.25. Let's pull up befriend animal. Here, befriend animal. I'll just get all three of them. Right. So currently, befriend animal will like target and have like a sphere around it if you are targeting an entity. If you're not targeting an entity, this is what we have to change. First logic. Hightail, it's been 83 years. It's coming back. It seems like the old team is like, okay, we're just putting it out, which I think is smart. All right, like, we know it's gonna have warts on it. Just let us play it. Like, how popular was Minecraft when they put beds in? You know what I mean? Like, something that people would think is like vital. Like, just give it to us. Let us handle it. Just present it. We'll walk the journey together. Okay, so I need to change this. Where is my other spell? Here we go. Because I'm going to have to use this as a reference point. I need this method right here. So it can't be... Oh, wait, it's the same one. Hold on. I need this method right here. There's an if statement. So this right here is for selected entities only. I don't want selected entities. I want to just do a raw ray trace. And then I also want to change this to, I believe it's just ray trace destination. And I don't need that part. Like, that's all it should be, because this is giving me a vector 3D. I think they are making the right decision. I think so too. Right? Like, I really think so, because it's taken long enough. It kind of sucks the last like 3 years, you know, of work on Hytale is kind of it's not thrown out the door, right? Like, it is, but it isn't. They had to figure out and have the right mindset to you know, make that other engine work and then start importing things, and so they had a lot to do, but they have the knowledge, right? It's like when I do the Hytale mod, I already know about entities, right? When I did this, when I did Vintage Story for Minecraft, I had an idea of what I already wanted to do and how you would do it, because it's a similar game, right? So they can take at least the knowledge, and it seems like they're really tying things together. Seems. From the videos that I saw and what they're putting out, like, I'll scrutinize it. I did it right on stream, like the creative stuff. And knowing how, like, Vintage Story handles, like, the lighting and stuff, and how Minecraft handles it for, you know, the mods for, like, MC Edit, and then seeing, like, how responsive Hytale was, it was impressive. It was pretty impressive. I honestly think it just got stuck in big business focus creep combined with red tape hell. I don't think it was ever on the devs for how it got handled. Yeah, I completely agree. I think Riot got this great idea and they smothered it, right? They smothered it because they were like, no, you're going to use this new engine, you're going to use C++, and you're going to make this for console. Terrible fucking idea. Like, terrible. Like, that, it's funny how, like, off the pulse Riot was with this, right? Like, the pulse of the community. Like, it's almost like embarrassing, right? It's like watching some, like, pro athlete, you know, like, trip walking up the road because they're just not good at walking. It's like, you're like a professional sprinter and runner, aren't you? Like, what's going on here? You know, like, it's super, you know, it's just like, what am I looking at? Like, you're supposed to be like the standard on how to do this. Like, it's, meh. At least they cut the tape now, right? You know, like, they kind of cut it loose after 3 years. Designed by committee, yeah. Hey, that's why I don't work. That's why there's no Vice team. I'm a dictator. This is a dictatorship. As I'm putting in, you know, a new kind of befriend animal logic here. We'll just say I'm a dictator. There we go. All right, so we got the orb here. I need to increase the particle density. Let's increase that. Yeah, I'm a benevolent dictator. I'm like the dictator that gives you you know, a refrigerator. Give everyone a refrigerator. That's me. All right, that's looking pretty good. Got the sparklies. I need to, here, we'll use this as a focus. It needs to be a bigger area. Because ideally it needs to, let's see if all right, I'll just make something here. So the befriend animal 2 is going to be 3 by 3 by 3. So if you are focused on the center point here, right, I want you to see, like, with the sphere what you're going to be hitting. Let's let's see. Let's go over here. I just want to make sure like what it's going to look like if you... I think even if you target a creature with this particular method, I made it to where it will still, yeah, it focuses the orb within the block space. So it like if it's focused on the entity, like see it's going to follow him. Here, come on, bear. Yeah, see, and then I'm not targeting them anymore, but it will focus the dome around them, and then it's going to be roughly, you know, one by one, you know, in like all directions to hit other animals. Boop. Your target feels more comfortable with you. Honestly, I did not think that would work. Generation 1. Oh wait, why wouldn't it work? It's still doing the old logic. We need to expand this. This is where things are going to get a little more complex. What I'm going to do first is copy this. I'm going to paste it into here. We are going to increase the radius there, and then we will look at, you know, affecting more than one entity. So this has a wider radius. That's perfect. We need to add more particles. That looks good. Perfect. And this will, of course, be the 5x5x5, hitting all the creatures. Perfect. All right, let's save that. And all right, the next thing we're gonna have to do, I actually figured out a lot of this logic because I'm just gonna be using the... I just realized I'm playing my music on like 1080p from YouTube. There we go. It was probably tanking my stream right now. So I need to take a look at how I'm handling Healing Surge. I think I already have a couple methods kind of carved out that will do exactly what I needed to do. So on cast stop, I'm going to create a bunch of space here. First thing we're going to want to get is that final position based on the ray trace. And it's really based on this, right? That way, wherever you see your particle, like your origin for your particles, that's going to be the coordinate that I have to start iterating through the blocks. So we're going to have that. And let's see here. It looks like I also put a burst of particles, but this is for just effect. I don't really need a burst of particles, but you know what? Why not? There we go, and we will get this other method. That way you know. Cricker Loper, hey, yo, what's up? How's things going? Things are going pretty well. How are you? I'll say befriend animal. There we go. We're going to copy that and paste it there. We're going to save. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy this. You know what? We're just going to create a bunch of space. It looks like, so I'm starting to do it on Befriend Animal 3, so I will do Befriend Animal 3 at first, and then I will kind of backfill it with Befriend Animal 2. It's really going to be changing a couple of things. Really, it's just the like the grid, like the mesh grid that I'm going to be iterating through. It's just changing the minimum and maximum. That's all. And then changing the, I'm going to have to put something in here for the amount of like entities you can target. But that's about it. That is about it. And I believe there's a method in base, in the base spell here. I think it's this. I think this is kind of all I need. But you know what? We're going to have to change this because it's not... I don't want to heal and damage the entities. I think what I'm gonna do is create an entity list. So I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. In here, I believe I have, it's up a little further. AoE get all entities. That's what I want. So we're gonna do, I'll say entity array. We'll just do a straight entity array. List of entities equals this dot AoE get all non-player entities. That's what I want. I'm so happy when I've like thought ahead and I've created like base methods to be able to get like parts I want out. And it looks like I'm gonna need an entity agent, so I can just put in a player for now. And I need the position, which is going to be final position up here. And I'm also going to need the distance, and this is the amount of blocks away from the origin. This is going to be, I believe I want 1.5f. Technically, this one would be 2.5f, right? Because it's the middle point, and I want 2.5 this way, 2.5 this way, 2.5 like in a sphere. Yeah, that's what I'm going to want. Why is this not happy? Oh. Alright, apparently I didn't have everything imported. There we go. So if I get this list, now I would want to iterate through the list and do whatever I was going to do. I believe what I'm gonna want to do, it's gonna be like a 4, right? I'm gonna want like a 4 each. So I could do 4 each, 4 each. Oh my god, if I could type. You know what? I'm like slouching here. Hold on, I gotta move my water. Let me move my water. Let me move my mouse over to here. There we go. Ah, that's better. 4 each. I'll do entity E in. I'll do in list of entities, right? Because I'm going to want to iterate through that list, and then I'm going to want to do the logic here, right? So we can get the targeted. We don't have to get the targeted entity, but I will just copy this part. This is really what changes the iteration. Instead of target entity, it's just going to be E for all this stuff. Just like that, except here, run particles for spell buff type. So this needs to be entity agent. Ban, bitch. I'm pretty good at side-eyeing chat there. So maybe I could do like E as entity agent for this. All right, let's give it a try. So it is generation 1. I'm just going to hit the sign, or I'll hit right here. There we go. We saw the particles. There was a particle explosion there, and is now generation 2. Now the other problem with this is it's taking from this list. But you could have 20 entities stacked on top of each other and it will hit all 20. So we want to put in an artificial stop. So we are going to have to put something in here. What I could do is create another variable. I'll say int max, or I'll just do entity cap equals this one. I'll do 5, right? Because we're doing befriend animal 3 first, right? So that's going to be 5 as the maximum. I can also put in int ACCUM CAP, right? Accumulating cap equals 0, right? So we kind of initialized it. Now I could come into here and do a quick check that just says, all right, if accumulating cap is greater than or equal to entity cap. If it is, break, right? Just stop what you're doing. Here, I'm gonna cut these two things out right here. I'm gonna paste this in here. All right. You know what? Actually, I'm going to cut these out here. We're gonna put another to be named if statement, and I'll paste these in here. I don't want it to consume mana each time it applies it to an entity either, right? So I had to remove that from here. Now what we could do is say accumulating cap will increment it, right? And then it can try and iterate through. And it will, what we're going to be doing each time it finds something. Here, I will take out that message as well, because that doesn't have to be there. But it will change the generation and spawn particles on each creature. Now what we need to do here is add another thing. We're going to add a bool. I'll say target valid. And that's going to equal false, right? Because we didn't hit anything. And I will make sure if there is an entity in here, it's going to be true, right? So we're going to hit it to true, and then down here, target valid, and then do things, right? So if you don't, if you cast this, like, and there's no entity around, it shouldn't consume mana. We'll test that right now. Well, of course it won't consume mana, but spell failed, no target selected. That's what I want to see. Now, if we come over here and I do the same thing, I won't get the spell failed. It will try to work as is, right? Bam. Yep, your target feels more comfortable with you. Perfect. So, there we go. Now, let's go into... I did notice that it kind of spammed chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It put 6 messages in. God, this is one of those things where it's like, is it the game, like, desynchronization that's like getting to me? You know what I mean? Like, is the client like double tapping things in this for each? Because the for each isn't doing it, right? Like it doesn't do that. It just starts at the top and iterates through the array. So then why is it, why is it sending out multiple things? Because then it should be coming down to here. I'm full. Yeah. There we go. Right, and then it comes here once. You know what? Just to make sure that it targets it once, I'm gonna set it back to false. Maybe the client needs to understand, because it's the client that's sending you the message. There we go. Spell broken. There we go. All right. I'm gonna try to. There we go. I don't want to target a block. I want to see if this will work. Here, hold on. Okay, there we go. So I'm not targeting the polar bear either. What generation? It's generation 4. It did it. Generation 5. Your target feels more comfortable with you. So I guess the client was like double tapping for whatever reason, or like seeing this one entity 6 times that time. But it looks like I set the client straight, because you have to do that. It's interesting. I was talking with someone about like the difference in modding. All right, and like Minecraft modding, for Forge compared to Vintage Story, and there are different pain points with Minecraft, it was like every time there was a new release, the Forge guys, like I don't know what their problem was. Like it's like they always try to like outdo each other, like, you know, with their edongs, you know, how complex can I make the code to like kind of feel big brain? But it also means that like you had to redo your mod from scratch and figure out the new factories they're using, and, you know, like all this really specific high-end coding just to like register an item or an entity. Like it was crazy. And then for here, but when you got it going, you didn't really have to worry about too many watched attributes. You didn't have to worry about the client and server not synchronizing data, right, when you use an item. Like it just, all that stuff just worked, and it worked well. So it's, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Did that get better after Lex Manos? You mean after they parted from Lex? I don't know. Neo Forged, I know, is a thing. I'm not really sure how good it is, because I haven't used it since they split. I remember that Lex guy, like, you know, trolling around the forums. He was kind of a douchebag. Like, you all learn Java. It's like, kiss the tainus part of my ass, you know, like, learn. I'm coming here to ask a question because you guys don't document things, you know, like, or some poor guy's like, I had entities registered and everything was changed. Is there a guide? Learn Java. It's like, wow, thanks. Dude was a huge douchebag. But yeah, it's just different pain points. All that, then they have to distribute mods as mod packs to everyone so they could play. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I didn't say too much in the forums, but people would ask like valid questions, right? And there was a difference, right? There were a lot of people who had spaghetti code, right? They clearly copy and pasted random methods because it was still like FUN underscore 1372735 in like the method, and it's like, come on, man, that's just obfuscated code. You have no idea what that's doing, and you're expecting other people to like fix your code for you. Like, stop, don't do the copy pasta, you know? Like, I understand people barking up the tree with those guys, but other ones, like, they had like legit like valid things, like, hey, I'm trying to do this, and you're like, oh wow, that sounds good. And they get like no help. Like, there's Lex, like, you need to get better and try to actually look at the code before you post a message. It's like, wow. Like, fuck you. Like, you're so great. The sweatiest nerd of them all. Alright, so I think this is working. I think I need to get rid of that. At this point, I can get rid of... Ooh, we're gonna cut this out. I'm gonna paste this in. And we're gonna cut that. There we go. So I think this is going to be the new code. If the target is valid, if it hit anything, right, it's gonna play the sound, it's gonna have the particles, it'll consume mana once. If there is no target selected in that array, then it's going to give you the no target selected. First Java instructor would always be like, just read the Java doc to like every question. Yeah, that's a instructor that didn't know what the hell they were doing. I remember like years ago in college, like I took a Java class because I was legitimately, you know, wanting to improve my Java. And I remember like trying to ask the person like, hey, so, you know, I'm not understanding the difference between like when you really should be using like abstract, right, and interfaces. Like what's the real difference between abstract and interface, right? Like when do you use one versus the other? And then the teacher just like would always just find a way to not answer the question. I'm like, you don't know? Like, you know, it's like, it's just because they're a teacher doesn't mean they know what they're talking about, unfortunately. I've worked in education. I've seen that side of things. You know, you got an English teacher putting in tickets and stuff with like the most messed up grammar there ever was, you know. tech teachers that should be teaching about switches and stuff not understanding, you know, the reason why their phone says off hook when they pick it up is because they picked it up off the receiver. You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous things. And then Mojang just removed all obfuscation. Yeah. But VS has desync issues? Yeah, it does. It's always had desync issues. I mean, there's a reason why, like, things like my, my crystallized memories, right? Like, that thing, it's a single stack item because the client and the server will sometimes disagree that the item has been used. And you will either consume a crystallized memory and it will take one, or it could take two, or it could take none out of the item stack. And then you also have a chance of it giving you, you know, like one burst, like 5%. It could give you a double hit, like, so it could just take one and then give you like 10%. Or you could take one sometimes and it just doesn't reward you any experience at all, because it can't handle item stacks. Like, if I throw an item out, it should have a tag with the player who threw it. That tag is null. You know, like, the client and the server do not see eye to eye on a lot of things. And they actually posted, they made, when they were talking about the new adventure mode and they were getting, like, some of the hightail people, and, you know, they said, like, they knew there were client-server synchronization issues that's preventing some things from happening. You know, like this right here. What you see with your cast bar, like for Magic, I had to pull a lot of strings to get the client and the server to understand the same use time. Like, that's me. That's not the game. And it's not exact. There are some times where if you do it, like, right to the wire, even though it's all lit up and then you let go, your spell still fails because your client sees a different count time than the server. Sucks. Really sucks. Hey, Bernardo. That's precisely my prob learning Java. I have all those questions and nobody to ask. Yeah, I'm getting a Java book. It's coming this coming Tuesday because I'm gearing up for Hightail. So I am... Oh, Bernardo, like, if you should see, like, what they can do in creative, like the creative tools for Hightail, they have like a 27-minute video. Really cool. You should give it a look. I know you're God mode player, but yeah, my ad block seems to have shit the bed. No, not the ad block. All right, so let's test this. Let's cast this into the sky. It should say, you know, that there's invalid target or whatever. Yep, spell failed, no target selected. Now if I come down, let's create... What will a polar... Oh, shit. Ow! What will a polar bear... Oh my god, I'm used to Satisfactory. Hitting, like, Q and Tab to, like, open up my inventory. Build mode, Q. Let's get... I guess we'll do another polar bear. There we go. We'll put them together. So generation 4 and a generation 2. So let's cast the spell, and I wanna try to, like, not target one of these, but their hitboxes are just right there. I'm not good. Yeah, see, like, I'll just have to rely on the hitbox. So I'll do that one. So generation 1, generation 5. So it did hit both of them. Excellent. And it said only once that your target feels more comfortable with you. Perfect. I am God mode player, but not creative. That's totally different thing. Oh, okay. I want to do this. I just want the powers. Didn't get what you were saying about the Java book. Oh yeah, because I didn't finish. I'm partially turkey comatose right now. I had a lot of that bird. A lot of that bird. So I actually bought a Java book. Let me see if I can pull up the exact name here. I think it was like Essential Java by Josh Bloch, 3rd edition, right? I think this is it. Yeah, it's Effective Java 3rd edition. And what it does, it focuses on like new Java, like Java 9, Java 25. And it's not teaching you like how, like what, it doesn't bring you through like the basic, like what a variable is, what a method is, what it's more about like using like the best practice for writing the code and the structure and the stuff that you can't really you don't really get, right? Like there's a lot of ways to write code. I know I probably have a lot of bad habits, but it's like the industry standard best practice way to do specific things. And I'm really looking forward to it. Like all the best practices, like how to like use and discard like objects, right? Classes, libraries, various methods, serialization, and how to like, error proof your code so you're not getting a lot of null point exceptions every time it skips over a stone. Yeah, Twitch is trying hard to win the ad block war. Yeah, they are. I followed or tried to all courses that exist, but I just found one. But I just found one that might help. Oh, which one is it? Do you go to Udemy? I was actually going to take a look at Udemy to see if there's any other like Java courses there, just to like listen to. I know Black Friday coming around, they'll have like, yeah, course is normally $180 and it's like, $11.99. All the others, including Mighty Kupenjo, are for kids that gets things on the fly. Yeah, I got you. Need a human to ask in real time. I got you. Udemy regular pricing is such a scam. It really is. And then you'll read the videos. Like I hate that I do this, but I judge really hard like what the Udemy guy, like you'll see it's like some dude slouched over his chair with a Guns N' Roses shirt and he's like, I'm a professional and I'm going to teach you how. I'm like, dude, trim the face, right? Like try and do something with the lighting so like you're not presentable. You need to trick my eyes first. Like let me try to try to view you as a professional. You probably have mad skills. The course, I'm not saying the course is bad. I'm just saying with the intro videos, look like you took a shower. You know what I mean? Like you look greasy. I noticed that. Like I said, I'm starting to look at like Udemy for like Black Friday stuff. And I'm just like, just kind of strolling through the course, and a couple of them, I'm like, it sounds like a good course, but this guy's like kind of slurring, kind of like, it's like he just put down his beer, I'm like, not dressed properly. I'm like, this is like an interview. You're failing your interview. And you want me to pay $89 for this? Hell no. Vexes, before I forget, I don't think the Wyverns are equipping Crocs or pots, right? Maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe something changed with the Crocs and pots in 1.21.5. It's the only one that keeps repeating the content and giving dumb exercises, as I am a dummy, which I am. We can try and look at that if there's time. I don't know how long I can live stream for. Right now we are changing Befriend Animal 2 and 3 to be AoE based. I need to get the books for these. So Befriend Animal 2 and Befriend Animal 3. Where is my Spellforge? Or not my Spellforge, but Yeah, I don't think any of these sanctums are the ones that I'm using. These are all invalid anyways. All right, I'll just put it here. I'm gonna soul bind to this one. Boop. And let's put this in. Oh, I'm gonna need more mana, huh? No, I'm good. All right, so generation 5 and generation 1. Now I'm going to try to just hit this gravel, so it should be 6 and 2. 6 and 2. There we go. Looks like it hit them. 2 and 6. Perfect. So Befriend Animal 3 is working, and it hit. Let's see if I was at 50%. What's the mana cost on Befriend Animal 2? I can just look at my staff. So it did cost 40. Yeah, so 157 would be, yeah. I think that's good. It hit once. We'll cast it one more time. So it should be what, like 80, 87, 77. All right, perfect. And that would have been 40 mana. So it's tapping it once. I'm getting my messages only once. We're good. Let's see. We got a bunch of things coming in. Hey, Willingness coming in with a subscription. Thank you. 3 months. Nice. Thanks for the Prime. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I'm just as bad. I've been I have even the slightest trouble understanding the instructor in the intro. Don't even touch the course. Sorry, guy with an Indian accent. You're probably very knowledgeable, but no. Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel bad because I'm like, I can understand like every third word, and it seems like the important words that I should be understanding and hearing, I'm not hearing. Like it's rough. It's way too expensive, but it's working for me all right. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Let's see here. Started. Oh, my chat's messing around. There we go. Started 75% video speed. When I decided to scrap it, I was on 50. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I find it was a lot better for me just to like make some basic stuff, right? You know, like make a kitchen sink mod, or you know, even just like moving to a mod, because I don't want to do the whole like, oh, hello world, you know, like that's not really what I want to do. Like, let me use a variable, let me have fun with it, let me put it in a context that I'm interested in. Yeah, now it's 7 and 3, so that spell definitely worked. We're at 77, and it was 117. Yep, that would be 40. We're good. Befriend Animal 3 is done. Now we can use this as a blueprint. You know, happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day. It was good. I made the whole bird. It was juicy, delicious, smells amazing. I made my garlic mashed potatoes, made the biscuits, made a bunch of stuffing. I made 2 kinds of gravies. I made a chicken gravy, from chicken stock, and I cooked the roux a little longer on that one to kind of deepen the flavor, and gave that one a particular palate, you know, with my seasonings. And then I made another gravy from the drippings from the turkey, and that one was not as salty. I like pulled back a little bit, but I gave it more of like a garlic turkey kind of vibe. They were both delicious. Peas, corn. I had apple pie, pumpkin pie, whipped cream. Oh, so good. It was so good. Started doing JSON patches. That's something. Yeah, JSON patches are like hard. I still like I have to stumble upon what the solution is for a JSON patch. I'm not that good at JSON patching, like at all. It's just not good. But I fumble through when I need to. So I'm gonna copy Befriend Animal 3. And I'm gonna paste over here, and we're gonna iterate through this code. I need to bring over a method as well. This is for that extra particle burst, like when the spell is successful. And we're gonna have to come down to here, right? So I get to change this to 3. This needs to go down to 1.5 in each direction, so that would be a sphere of about 3 blocks wide on all sides. This is going to have to change to Befriend Animal 2 for the max generation. Got to change that as well. I'll read chat in one moment. And I believe that's all we have to do. Right, max generation 2. Heavy metal hit. Befriend animal. Okay, the sphere here. Okay, that's fine. And 20. Let's make this like 25. Okay, so that should be it. I'm going to have to restart the game because we just added a method while the game was running. It's a big no-no. Gobble, gobble. But I didn't cut it anyways. I don't want somebody that just throws the content at me. I am old. I need somebody to give an F if I understand the content and that I can ask questions to. Well, Bernardo, when Hytale comes out, I will be making mods for Hytale. And Hytale uses Java, so you'll be able to see it live. Not sure if it's going to be best practice, but I bet you my code will work. Yeah, hey Vice, did you see that person in the Discord that made a broom that shuttles items for your foundries? Yeah. Did they actually make it, or were they in the process? Because it sounded like they were in the process of making it. But they at least have an entity, which is pretty cool. Like it's pretty cool. I'm glad like seeing people do things like that. Like, it warms my heart. Try Mook Doc FL. It's the only one helping me. Love how when I think I learned something about JSON patches, I go in, then I go to another mod and try to fix something else and it doesn't work. Well, right at that point, it's like, well, is it the mod? Is it the game? Like, is there a third-party mod that is also in conflict with what you're doing? There's a lot of stuff, Wilderness, that you gotta look out for. It's like a love triangle a lot of times. Like it's like with the working classes, combat overhaul, and Rustbound Magic, right? There was a trifecta because the way the game was loading the classes before, it would load Rustbound Magic before the other ones, so it would pop the array out, like it shifted everything by 1. And the patches for the working classes started off as it started off as like a static for the JSON patching. So it was assuming that there would never ever be any changes or anyone else adding any other classes. And then when you have combat overhaul, then the problem was when you had combat overhaul, Vivi ended up fixing that, right? Like to where it just doesn't add merge instead of a replace at static points. So after doing an add merge and like appending to it, they still didn't clean up the patch for combat overhaul. So if you had those 3 mods installed at the same time, it would like shift it would like mess everything up. And everyone's coming to me like, oh, it's your class doing it. I'm like, come on, man, like I'm the only one doing it right. You know, like, what do you mean? It's right. Like the other people need to fix their stuff. I'm allowed to have classes too. I have dreams. I have dreams. I have wants. Befriend animal of the highest tier is the permanent befriending of an animal, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And now it is an AoE. It is an AoE. So befriend animal 1 is still single target. You know, it bumps it up to like 3 max. Befriend animal 2 will do the sphere now. And it will do up to 3 targets. Befriend Animal 3 is a sphere of like, and that's 3 by 3, you know, sphere. 1.5 radius. This one's 5, right? Befriend animal 3, and it can do up to 5 targets. So, yeah, more bang for your mana buck. I thought Hightail was scrapped. No, it's back, baby. It's back. Bernardo, you gotta take a look at it. It's if it's half as good as the videos and like the way it looks with like the gameplay, I will be thoroughly obsessed with it. It's looking like it was animations now, so it's coming along very far. Nice. Yeah, it's been uncanceled. That's what she said. 7 more years, maybe. Let's hope not. They were talking about getting it out as soon as the way the legal stuff was happening, they can't get it out before Christmas. But they said it was close, so that kind of makes me think like, oh, is this like a January, kind of like early January release for the alpha access, right? Or the early access? Maybe. That's why in Blockbench I started to do some modeling, starting to figure stuff out. It's coming along nicely. I got to put the big balloon on top and attach points here, and I'll create the engine in the back. I think I'm gonna go with the propellers on the side. I want more animations now that I'm in Blockbench and I can do animations without it shitting the bed. I'm gonna have like parts that move, like when it's turned on, it's like the little propellers are gonna like come out and then like retract in. I want like a bump guard on the front. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I wanna do. All right, so guys, that is Befriend Animal 2 and 3 with a revamp. Oh, I gotta change the localized description here. So Befriend Animal. Here we go. So that's Befriend Animal 1. Increases animal tame generation in a 3x3x3 area. And I'll say 3 entity max up to the 6th generation. Did my music stop? What's going on here? I didn't tell you to stop. Video paused. Continue watching. Yeah, come on. YouTube. CrapTube. Hold on. We need to put a good solid song here. Hold on. Let me look through my list. Where is it? Seriously, where is it? Oh, did I move it? I think I moved it. Oh, we already listened to it. We'll listen to it again. There we go. Your music did indeed stop, yeah. Damn, I wanted a perm animal. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean by a permanent animal? I'm trying to even start Rustbound. Had it installed forever, but forgot about it because I played with rifts off. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of need rifts in Rustbound. It's gonna be really hard to progress in Magic without them. Really hard. Like you're gonna have to admin stuff because you're not gonna get what you need. Yeah, music did die. I just watched the trailer for Hightail. I'm probably getting it. Yeah, man, just take a look at like all the stuff. Like the creative one. I thought I wasn't gonna give a crap about the creative. I'm not a creative player. It actually made me more excited to get my hands on it. Christmas of what year? Bernardo. Welcome back, Bernardo. It's been a while. Whatever it was didn't come through, Rav. That's okay. You said soon, TM. I'm thinking January like 10th. I'll say January 10th. It's a solid number. It's an alright number. A number I would feel comfortable with. Either way, I got plenty of vacation days. I'm going to be taking like a fucking week off of work, I'm telling you right now. And I'm going to be binge streaming it. I'm going to play it at first, and then we will get a modding environment set up, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Gonna be somebody. Permanent animal tame. It's just the rift blooms, or is there a whole plethora of rift-based shenanigans? Yeah, the rifts like interact with your rift anchors, right? That's how you're gonna get your large rust crystals, your small rust crystals. It's gonna be the way you get your rift blooms. Like you need rifts. Like it's not a negotiable thing. Like if you don't do that, you have to admin in items. Like you can't really progress with magic. Gotta have those items. You can still unlock mana, right? Well, yeah, because it's just stability at that point. So you can still unlock mana, you just can't get any of the items you need to like make your spells or do anything. Bernardo, gonna start saving 1 cent a month. By the time it gets released, I'll have the money to buy it. It's a joke on the 7-year. Yeah. 1 cent a month. Is that compound or linear? Thanks, I've been there in some streams, always late, busy trying to make my mods. Yeah. What mod you got out, Bernardo? I'm curious. What should we do here? So befriend animal is done. Oh, you know what? I never we gotta copy this. There we go, and paste it into here. So this is up to 5 entities in a 5x5x5 area. There we go. Up to the 10th generation. Sweet. So that should that should be good. Let's do a quick reload language file. Take a quick look. There we go. Increases animal tame generation in a 5x5x5 area, 5 entity max up to the 10th generation. Perfect. That's perfect. Out none, never will. I have some working fine, but others. You get a lot of null point exceptions. Is that what's sinking your battleship? Are you using a lot of statics, maybe? When you're creating your variables, like, you know, public static int, you know, fuel or active fuel or whatever. What Serenity do? Maybe that. Well, Serenity, it breaks rifts. Actually, Serenity is another thing. You need a rift to be able to convert it into a rift charge. That's what Serenity does. It turns rifts into rift charges. And if you have rifts turned off, you can't even get a rift weaver and put a couple gems in there to spawn a rift, because your global settings are going to kill any rift right away. Hey! Hi, my child. It's good to see you. Let me guess, you need money for rent? Do you need laundry? Like, you need to use my washer? What's going on? Oh, man. Not only null point. Also, other things. I know one thing you got to look out for with Java is a lot of people use static, like declaring statics like completely wrong, which will lead to a lot of awkward, weird behaviors. So you gotta look out for that. Sorry, not Serenity, Entropy. Yeah, it just says work in progress. Yeah, it's gonna be work in progress. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I have this other mod too, right? You know, like the Rustbound Thaumaturgy. We'll hop into that for a bit. Like, I was gonna make another magic mod. It was gonna be more like you know, Thaumcraft related. And the thing that made me stop was the fact that, like, the cast bar, right? Like the client and the server not synchronizing the use time, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm gonna have to like fight all of this bullshit to like get something very basic working. Like, do I really want to like fight against the game? You know, like I'm just gonna cool it. You know, I'm just gonna cool it. We'll back away from this one slowly. Although this one's kind of cool as a proof of concept because you can piece together spell parts like in Ars Magica to do like, you know, self-heal, then projectile fire, and, you know, whatever. As in this world? For shame, me not naming my worlds? Oh, how could I? It's the same reason why I like stopped with Entropy. I stopped with, you know, like the boss fight. Right? So like this right here isn't like the real cast bar because the client and the server see something different. See? Because I did it halfway there and it actually completed the spell because the server was ticking at a faster rate than the client. And these are all like, you know, this is supposed to be an 8-second cast, but, you know, yeah. Doesn't quite work like that. But I made a system where you could hold F and you could like put on a different focus, you know, and like switch your caps with like the different spells and stuff. It would have been cool. Would have been cool. I created like all this like wood and trees and stuff, and I got tree generation, and then I just got tired of fighting. I got tired of fighting the game. You can tell. I just like I just feel worn out, man. Was worn out. I just don't understand most things, and I use Fabric, and then tutorials docs are unbelievably worse than anything else. I've never dabbled in Fabric. I've heard of it. I heard good things about it. I had to do Forge at the time. Well, mainly because Fabric wasn't as robust as it was. I think it was like Bungie and Sponge, Spigot, you know, there are things like that. But I needed to do to make the machines and stuff. I needed more fingers in the pie, right? Like I needed to push assets. I needed like all the players to like understand, like client and server needed to be kind of together. And Forge was the better platform. But right now I'm trying to make a seed that grows different crops depending on the block below. That block is usually a plantable block. I'm having the hardest time. Oh, interesting. So like you plant the seed, and depending on the block that you have it planted on, it would turn into a different plant. Is that the crux of it? Created the seed and I got a null. Oh no! Those damn null point exceptions. Exactly. Yeah. You could probably make an enum with like the different plant types. You would have to do like a block swap. Are they plants that already exist in the game, or are they going to be new plants? Because then if they're going to be like brand new kind of flowers or plants or something, then you'd have to make sure you have like each one of those registered. You know, that, and then make like an enum of maybe the registry names to be able to do a random to pull from it, depending on like you could like on when you right click with the seed to like plant it, you would have to like do a block check, right? You could either throw a raycast out that would, you know, hit that selected, you know, target block. Probably don't want to do that though, because you could end up you can plant seeds like on the edge if it's like plowed. So like technically you would be clicking like the block, because there's that little tiny sliver. You could hit an invalid block, so you would probably want to put that kind of logic in the plant itself, the block entity, or the tile, or the block tile entity, I think they in Minecraft calls it. But you would just like get that position for your block entity -1 on the Y, and then run that through, right? And then you're just kind of piecing things together at that point. You know, if it's this kind of dirt or this, you know, then you know, you have like a list of things it pulls from. To grow the seed, do you need to have what plants crave? Plants crave rave music. That's what they crave. Nah, they don't. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to this guy. Doesn't know what he's talking about. So Vexus said that the croc is not working on the wyvern. The croc is not working on the wyvern. Let's look at the tamed wyvern. I bet you, Jay, they changed something. Bet you they did. Bedroll storage lantern, cookpot left, cookpot right, utilities. Well, let's take a look at the crock pot or the cookpot. Bet you they changed the tag of it and didn't document anything, because that seems to be like what they do nowadays. Let's see, game, block types. Nope. Survival, block types. Would it be clay? Probably clay. Fired, probably fired. Croc. Right, we're looking at a croc, right? Or is it the cook pot? Yeah, attachable to entity, category code, pot. So I think it changed. Pot, cook pot, cooking pot. Yeah, so it looks like that. So that's the crock. We got bowls. Storage vessel, pot. Here we go, pot.json. Because they can't make it easy, right? So it's pot.json, but the real code name is clay pot, but the real thing is called a cooking pot. Like, come on, man. Fucking make it the same. Like, why do you hate us? Like, come on. All right, attachable entity code, pot. All right, so here, let's go into the game first, and I'll double check before I make any changes. Mythic Legends. Plants crave electrolytes. I don't think the wyvern has crock placement. Well, apparently with this, they would. Because the crock pot does have attachable code. Mr. Cheeseburger, my man. All right, here let's get a cooking pot. Here, this one works, and we'll get a crock pot. Yep, nothing. Excellent. It is indeed broken. Let's come up to here. Let's just change this to pot. Change this to pot. Fireball this in. Reload. Kind of disheartening to find that my favorite block game is so poorly optimized on the back end. I mean, I know it's early access, but the server, the client server disconnect is pretty bad. Come on, it's early access for like how many fucking years, you know? Like, come on. It is getting better though. It is. There we go. So they did an undocumented change. Oh no, not them. Looks like it will also work on the ceramic crocks, but we don't have a texture for that, or a shape, but you can still place it. But there you go. Fixed. Hey, when did Vintage Story even start? You know what I could probably do? Hold on. Let me go into Vintage Story. Let's go to the main site. Let's go to the forums. Because back in the day, they actually had the mod section wasn't a separate thing. It was in the forums. Mod releases. We're gonna search for Vice. I'm gonna see when my first mod ever came out. Let's see here. Is it? Did they do something? Did they prune out their old stuff? More things to search by. All content. Any of my search terms. Scroll all the way down here. Writable entity. You reach out to Vice. Oh god, don't tell people to reach out to me. Who are you? Who was that? Who was that? Spear and Fang throwing me under the bus. Interesting. Where is my original post? I found it once before. What did I call my old mod? Maybe Vice Blocks? No, it's just doing a keyword search for block now. I can't find it, guys. They're erasing their history. They're erasing their history. Oh, I know on Elk, they have different variants of cook pots, like black ones and blue ones. Yeah, I know they do. I mean, were you concerned about... Here, let's do a cooking pot. Here, I'll get a red one. Red ceramic. We'll put the red one on the other side. Boop. Oh, yeah, so it's going to be the generic model. I know Elk, it's got bowl placement, cooking pot placement, and other placements. Your Mr. Cheeseburger's the same color as my Wyvern. Sweet. They need to get more experienced developers for VS, to be honest. Yeah. Vice apply for the VS dev team. Nah, I'm cool. I'm good. I don't need more guilt. Like, you know, like right now there's little guilt that some things don't work because, you know, this is all free. But if I were like getting paid, I would have too much responsibility thrusted on me. Like I would be like killing myself to bring out the absolute best. And like crying in a corner when I get the inevitable people who are like, this sucks. You ruined the game. It's like, stop it. Stop being mean. It affects me so much more now. There we go. I wonder if I could just make that pick up the correct texture. I may be able to do something kind of cheap and fancy. Alright, so it's not going to be here. It's going to be up a little further. I want to look at the shape. Basic spiky. Resource tools. Wearable. Wyvern. Cooking pot left. Okay. Let's take a look at the shape. The way the game is handling the coloration. Okay, let's go back to here. So let's go in survival, shapes, block. Oh wait, is it gonna be entity, right? Entity. Not humanoid, animal, mammal. I really wished this shit was like organized better. Jesus fucking Christ. Deer, right? Because I think it's deer. Elk. It's ridiculous. Like, shapes, entity, animal, mammal, hooved, deer, elk. Like, it's got, and it's the female because the male fringe is like some weird thing that collapses on it. Oh, Jesus Christ. But this isn't even what I want. I need the shape that the elk is going to have with the maybe it's under item, wearable, hooved, elk, right? It's not deer at that point. It's just elk now. Blech. Oh shoot, I used to have your headphones. I had them for like 8 years. Vice doesn't watch Tyrone streams. No, I've watched a couple. It's interesting watching them shotgun things in. You know, it's interesting. I enjoy watching people code though. Like I like watching. I like seeing someone else's creativity. Hey Burn, you call it ViesCraft. What's old is new and old is new again. If you get rid of the edit or post date, it'd always have been released yesterday. You know it. You know it. I don't see my ancient posts. I wonder if they did some cleanup with one of their site migrations. Yeah, the modding stuff used to be through the forums. I think I was talking with like Oates about it. I want to say it was like 2012 or 2014. Was the date, I thought. Yeah, I'm gonna see here. Yeah, maybe it was like 2017 or 2018. Yeah, so Vintage Story, the release date when it went to 1.0.0, like for their launch, was September 27th of 2016. So it's been like, you know, we're reaching the 10-year point. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. For anyone that's coming around here being like, well, it's early access, 10 freaking years. Come on. A lot can happen in 10 years. That kid's in school already, eh? The kid's in what, 5th grade? just putting it in perspective. Putting it in perspective here. It's getting in its teens. I still need to find this damn thing. Because I bet you there's something special that I could... You know what? What if I kind of get rid of this? We'll keep the rope. We'll keep the pot lid. You're going to do a full reload. As long as it works. I'm going to try and have it to where it will take... depending on the pot you put in, it will take the correct texture. Right, so we got rid of the mapping there. Let's go into the Wyvern. I don't think it's going to be the Wyvern that does it. All right, let me see if I could find it here. I mean, if not, at least it works, and it's just gonna look like the default, you know, default thing here. Weapon, flax. So it's not in there. Saddlebags, lantern, cook pot. Okay, so we got the cook pot here. It has texture ceramic, so it has a key for its ceramic. Game block clay pot blue. So it comes with the default. It comes with the default. So I'm gonna put that back in. So it's probably doing the mapping. Is it like that on the elk? Like if I put the red pot, the red cook pot on the elk, does it come up as a red pot? My assumption is that it did. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Let's get an elk. Get an elk. Hold on. Tamed. All right. Where's the? Is it by the butt? No. No. Shh. Don't walk. Oh man. Damn it. Okay. Just stop. All right. I'm just gonna like start clicking. Oh, it took something. Okay. Wow. Look at this. The elk, right? It's got to be there. Yeah, because you could, there you go. You could put the pot there, you could put a crock there. So when I put it down, it doesn't even fucking show anything. All right. I could put it there. I could take it back. Hey, Vice, why are you so excited about Hightail? I would expect this kind of stuff with Hightail because it's new. You know what I mean? Like, I'll expect this. Come on, man. This is a 10-year-old kid that's still wearing a goddamn diaper. Try putting a saddle. I'll try putting a saddle on it. There you go. Put a saddle. No. Pick it up. Take it off. No. Oh, maybe it only shows if the saddle's on. Yeah, saddle's on. Yeah. Here, let me refresh the game. Maybe something happened, and for whatever reason, something undocumented slipped through the cracks. Maybe. Oh. No. I'll pick it up. Put it back on. Nope, nothing on that side. What about this side? Can I, like, go through him? So, like, inside of his body? Is it rendering at all? Am I getting an error? Like, what the fuck's happening? Oh, here we go. Entity shape, game, entity attachable shape, game, item, wearable, hoved, elf, croc 1. Defined in block, game, croc blue, fired, not found or errored. Was supposed to be at shapes, item, wearable, hooves, croc 1, JSON. Shape will be invisible. It's the game. It's the game. Coming up with an error. Every time I put it on, it's been popping out an error. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. At least we got a generic one working on the wyverns. Got a freaking generic one. Was there anything else with the wyverns? Can I just push out this update? I think I could just push out the update. I think we're good. There we go. 1.0.2. We'll fireball that in. I'd report that bug. Do you want me to report it? I'm not reporting it. I'm not gonna report it. I will, you know, they probably know about it. They probably know about it. Alright, so that will be the update for Mythic Legends. We're gonna make sure everything builds. I'll rebuild everything because I'm OCD. We're going to... I'm gonna push this out. Did we ever get pylons working? Nope. Wasn't there something? I was waiting for VS to... Like, Blurry was in a while ago, and I was telling him, because he's on the VS team, about like what needed to change, and they were working on it, and I don't think anything changed because then we stopped getting updates for 1.21 and they're already jumping to 1.22. So we don't have pylons working. Pillions, right? Pillions. I'm saying it wrong. Pylon. Pillion, right? I can tell you this, they are not working. I think it was something with their code too, and I think I also mentioned the straw, like the hay bed, right? Because like they have it to where it. Oh, what was that one? They're doing it in a way. They're defining it in the bed as like an attachable point instead of like as like a global setting instead of having it to where it's a specific attachment point. So if you change it for one, like if I change it for the wyverns, it's going to screw it up for every other animal because they all pull from you know, the same, what is it, the attachable tag or whatever it is. It was something like that, like the way it pulls the shape file. It's an all or nothing thing. So that one's like, at least that one's in, but like the sack, you'll see it like off to the side a little bit. And it's just because the Wyvern model's bigger. And again, they were going to work on that. You know, that one I could check for. Right, because that one's going to be the bed. What is it? Survival, block types. God, I can never find the bed. Oh, you know what? I found it already. It's because they have it as wood, but the hay variant is in the wood sub. Like, the shit's all over the place. Like, it's so hard to, like, figure stuff out. Like, you spend so much time. Like, because you would think a hay bed would not be in the generic bed, which it lives in the wood, you know, like the wooden folder. Like, come on. It's not wood. That right there. Yep, see, that's the global variable. They're doing attach shape, and they really should be doing... let's pull up... Not name tag. You know, I could probably find because they have it. It's something to do with the attach shape. Like, instead of like attachable to entity, it's like attachable to like the code, like the tag code, right? Crap. What do I have in here that would change that? See, attachable shape by code slot is what they need to do. Because without doing that, I can't patch it like the lantern and the cook pots and everything else. Like, I can't pull a correct shape because they just have it as a global. So it's good to know that it's still not in the game. It's good. They probably got a lot of other things to work on, though. I will cut them some slack. I just don't like being told something's queued and it never shows up. Just don't gaslight me. If you're not going to put it in, if it's not high priority, just say so. I'll respect you more in the end, right? Like, yeah, they said they were busy, and I'd believe it. Yeah, we got the shape of the model ready. We got it all ready. Still waiting for them to fix the torch getting lit issue. Yeah, right? Like, the huge issue that they were, like, working on for, like, fixes for all 1.21, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, yeah, we're going on to 1.22. It's like, did you guys forget what 1.21 was supposed to be? Like, Jesus Christ. Come on, man. You guys are fucking kidding me here. Alright, did I build this? I think I may have built it. I'm just gonna throw it up. Throw it right on the site. All mods. Nope, I want home. Mythic Legends. Boop. Kind of interesting how there were more than one pictures in the carousel here, but there's only one picture now. And I got at least two of them. Like, it just doesn't show the one for whatever reason. I don't know. Delete mod, almost clicked on that. Add release. I assume they would say, like, are you sure about that? Click yes to confirm. It wouldn't just, like, delete it right out. Let's go to here. Mythic Legends releases. There we go. And what did we do? Fixed an issue. Man. Prevented. Crocs and cooking pots from being attachable. That doesn't make sense, huh? Fixed an issue that prevented attaching crocks and cooking pots to wyverns. There we go. That's what it is. I knew we'd English it right. Knew it. All right. Into the wild. Although, you know what, people are probably going to be like, well, I don't see anything when I attach a crock. You know what? Hold on, guys. We're gonna go back to this. I'm gonna delete it. We'll delete this one. Come on, delete release. Oh, you gotta do it all in caps. Fucking annoying. Jesus. All right, so let's go to patches. Right, because we are patching in the crock here, the pot. I'm going to want to do a copy paste of these, and this will be crock left, crock right. Okay. Open up crock left and crock right. Well, at least we got the shape model ready. Yeah, I used dngrep app to search the folder and find the names inside files easily. Yeah, maybe I got to start doing that. You would just think that the file structure would be like at least consistent between the shape and, you know, everything. You would think. I wonder if such a big changes in the 22 version, that old 1.21 stuff is already shifted in 22. I have no idea. I'll get you more pictures if you need some. I guess so. I mean, it's not like we're selling a product, right? They're wyverns. I wasn't gonna take any more pictures. I'm pretty sure I just had penguins spawn from a rift. Who knows? How many mods do you have, Dia? I like it because with dngrep I can use booleans and search inside zip files and JSON like hey and bed and find stuff like that. Ah, there you go. Maybe I need to go all matrix to find stuff, you know, and maybe it doesn't matter what folder anything's in. I could throw everything in a garbage dump and it can just scan the dump for me. I just learned a really silly cheese with X skills and Rustbound Magic. Yeah, it's called X skills. That's your cheese. If I can get some good picks, it's winter on my server at the moment. Nice. All right, let's get this going. I think what I really want to do here, it's in the file, right? It's in the file. I need to search in Vintage Story, assets, survival, block types, play, and I want to find the croc. So fired and croc, right? So it would be croc. Simple as that. All right, let's go back in. I'm not watching your ads, Twitch, no matter what. Damn you, Twitch. There we go. Mythic Legends. Now I have a meditation closet. There you go. Learn that ASAP. Kind of getting hungry for some turkey. I'm getting some hunger going on. All right, let's grab a croc again here. We'll get this one. There we go. So it's not gonna, it's gonna at least have a shape now when you place it. It's gonna be a generic shape, but that's pretty good. Let's make sure it works on the other side. There you go. Yep. There you go. So it's not going to be invisible. I will one up VS. I shall one up them. My Crocs at least have a shape. Would have laughed if you said sushi. I'm not feeling sushi. I'm not feeling sushi. Kind of feel like the place that I get sushi from's kind of starting to suck now a little bit. You know, it's like every once in a while now, it's like I'll get sushi from there, and it's like the rice was cooked too long, so it's like a paste. You know, it sucks. The timeless perk that removes damage from low stability. Monsters can't spawn in a 1x2 room. Very silly. Yeah. X skills. It's something. What about getting X skills up to where like your temporal stability like doesn't fall anymore, because it like so rapidly like increases. It's like in overdrive mode. Oh yeah, free mana. You're just playing the game differently. All right, let's go back to here. We're gonna build this. Nice. All right, pull this back up. Go into here. Mythic Legends. Releases. All right, this is the real release. Well, hold on. Add release. Fixing issue. That prevented crocs and cooking pots. They're attaching crocs and cooking pots on wyverns. There we go. There we go. Now it's out in the wild. Perfect. Guys, I have to say, I feel bad about this. I don't really read any of the comments in the ModDB page. There's a chance that, you know, there's something like... And it's funny, because, like, when a mod first comes out, people have, like, legit things that they're saying, right? Like, there's some things in there, you know, maybe some, you know... Everyone's happy, right? The marriage is new. We're in the honeymoon phase. And then you got a mod that's been out for a while, and then like the trolls come in, you know, like it's so I don't read this stuff. I will glimpse it every once in a while. Like I saw someone had a crash report, so I fixed it. I look at keywords, like I see compatibility, animal cages, you know, all ages. So I guess it does have compatibility. I'm not going to add compatibility, so, but you know, I'll look at something like that and be like, okay, you know, like it's just, that's just, I'm telling you straight, telling you straight. Right here, let's go. Yeah, see, I get all the stuff. The vintage stories crashing my whole computer. Before, oh wait, entire computer, before I installed the new update to this mod. Yeah, I think I managed to brute force the mod into not breaking my game. It's not my fucking mod. It's a mod. Like, what do you think you're getting? You know, this is why I don't read the comments. This is why. You know what? Done. There we go. Doesn't exist. Maybe I should just shut comments off. I thought about that the past couple of days too. I'm like, it's normally like never nice things. It's like people get like anything wrong with Vintage Story. They're like, it's the magic mod. It's not. It's not, guys. Like, calm down, chill out. You know what? You know what you should do? You should open up a support ticket with Vintage Story and get your money back. That's what I'm going to start telling people to do. Like, just get your money back. There you go. Like, what are you dumping this stuff off on my yard for? Jeez. People, man. And wait, oh my god, the devs complain on people not reporting bugs. No, Bernardo, we can still do that because I actually have an issue tracker. So if people aren't putting things in the issue tracker, it's a them problem. And I have a Discord, you know? That's why. Still, we'll have to see crystals be able to be put on shelves. Oh, did we? Did we not do that? Let's go back to Rustbound Magic. Right back to Rustbound Magic. Did I not do that? Hold on, let's go in the game. I may have wandered off that topic because I'm starting to remember that I was going to do that, and then like a couple other things came in. You started to get distracted. Let's see. 1% of people leave useful comments. Yeah. If they have to go through the trouble to put an issue at GitHub, at least the number raises to like 15%. Yeah. Where do I go to make suggestions? I mean, you could pitch suggestions in the Discord. In my Discord. I don't look at the Vintage Story Discord either. Like I have no control over that Rustbound Magic, you know, chat. There's like, you know, I could be gone for a day and it's like you have 250 plus messages to go through. It's too much. I don't deal with it. And most of the time, like every once in a while, like I'll peek in. And there's some people legit giving help, and then there's other people like bitching and complaining about stuff. So, you know, what are you gonna do? I don't care about that one. But you could pitch something. I mean, someone pitched a suggestion in a meme in our meme channel talking about, you know, befriend animal, you know, not hitting more than one target, make it an AOE. That's what we did just now. Like befriend animal 2 and 3 is now an AOE. If the suggestion is something that's going to be like, you know, change like that, that's one thing. If you're like, it needs to be a new spell, and I suggest you make a dragon that you can fly on that replenishes your mana, that, you know, that stuff's not happening. You know, like it's just not, it's too much. I have like a lot of mods I deal with. Like, and honestly, you know, kind of reading a lot of the negativity, like, kind of got me out of, you know, wanting to put a bunch of stuff in, you know? So negativity does. Let's see, you started to, that got distracted. Yeah, I almost got distracted again. Let's see, crystal, right? So we'll start with small crystals. Let's get a shelf. It's a good suggestion to make these shelvable. Right, so you can't put it on. Okay, perfect. Let's pull up a couple of things. I need to pull up, let's go in crystals. Elemental crystals. Oh, that's right, I was gonna have blood and ghost crystals and a bunch of other things. And let me pull up mage candles. All right, so that's not it. I could probably add it for mage candles too. Okay, let's look at the Spellforge. Hold on, let me pull up the mage candle. So the crystals, the mage candle, station, Spellforge, shelvable, and that's the transform. I will also make it to where these can be put in display cases too. All right, so this is for handbook specific stuff. Make everything shelvable. I will also allow you to shelve, yes, you will also be able to shelve these guys. The mage candles. Alright, we'll reload. Man away! This mod's ruining my life. My life! Because of this mod, I don't have a job anymore. Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, no. Yeah, and yeah, that guy's problem sounds more like a PC issue if the whole PC is crashing. Yeah, right, but you know, it's just like... It's like, really? Like, my mod is ruining your PC? Like, get the fuck out of here. Come on. I'm not gonna help you troubleshoot your goddamn PC. This ain't freaking Best Buy. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way. Alright, so I think I want this to be like 7.5. I'm suggesting that the wyvern shoot fireballs. Yeah, I'm not doing that either. Sorry. When we get more wyvern types, I will do that. That's just a lot of work. And the other problem is, so Vexus, the main reason why I'm not putting that in right now is because the game currently has an issue, and it's had one for a while, to where it's something people see with my creatures. When the game starts doing the shader for like the fireball, we'll say, it can cause like a half-second delay lag for whatever flippin' reason. And until something like that gets fixed, I want to stay away from projectiles that use shaders, because the game used to do really well with shaders, and I don't know what happened with like 1.21. Probably whatever is killing light, like relighting. Yeah, it's one of those things where like if I add it, it's gonna be cool, but if I add it and it like lags people out, you know, like a half second each time it's trying to shoot a fireball. Yeah, what are you gonna do? And then of course you were gonna get people complaining like, the wyvern's attacking me from ranged. Like, I hear it with my unstables, and the sentries. Someone dedicated a patch to like make my sentries not like to like slow them down, to like change the fire rate. You know, like someone's got to really dislike something for them to like, yeah, I'm gonna figure out a patch to get rid of this. This kind of sucks. I realized I was doing the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so let's move this up by. Ooh, I'm thinking like 1.25. Reload again. Because this mod, I don't have a job anymore. Let's see here. Was watching stuff on YouTube. Now I'm 2 hours over my bedtime. Oh man, you gotta go to bed. Go to bed. YouTube will be there. Trust me, I'm not taking it down tonight. There we go. Perfect. All right, so this is going to be what I want now. Paste that in there. All right, and for the crystals. And my music paused again. All right, so you'll be able to put the crystals down. We'll get large crystals, make sure those are shelvable, and done. I will say, now that I'm actually getting into the mod because I know how to get Rusty Dust, I'm really liking the ritual system. My favorite Minecraft mod was Ars Magica 2, right? That was my favorite too. Like, you'll notice like the essence and stuff, I totally pulled from them. All right, there it is, guys. There's your crystal. There's a child. Make it daytime. Let's get the large crystal. Fire. Large crystal's gonna be kind of big. On-shelf transform. I guess. Do I want to do this? Is it going to be a problem if the crystal looks a little big? Stygian, I'll lead you to be the call on that. Is it possible to make mage candles fit into chandeliers? Probably not. Same reason why my mana torches cannot fit in the torch holders in the game. They coded it in a very, how do you politically say it? It's shitty. You know, like it's a really shitty way of doing it. Basically, instead of like something like this, right, where it's an inventory and it takes the item and then it just kind of renders what the item is in the right position, it's a block that doesn't have an inventory, and when you right click on it with a torch, it deletes the torch from your hand and then changes and rewrites the block itself, which is a really bad way to do it, because you and then it takes from a specific, like it changes the model. There is a static model for the torch holder with a torch in it and with a torch not in it. So that's why I had to make my own, you know, like for the mana torches that also use the torches, because it's a really terrible way to do it. So as chandeliers are going to be like similar. Like there's probably not going to be an item slot in there. It's the same kind of weird. So it's like, do I want to? I would have to create my own kind of chandelier made out of like my materials that would have the expanded code to, like, you know, maybe take candles plus a mage candle. It's actually I've looked at that in my super flat creative world. I remember I put down a chandelier and I looked up this. It is the same thing, has the same logic as the torch holder. So yeah, sorry, Dia. It's I'm not going to make a whole new model and 7 blocks, because when I did that with the torch holder, I thought people would like it. And the feedback I got from it was people being like, "Whoa, why do I need a second one? Why can't it just be, you know, it's that old song and dance." So I'm not going to make a chandelier. I'm not. Boss fight a dragon, get an egg. Well, you must be playing Minecraft, man away. What if we have to toss spines like the Bowtorn? Yeah, I don't know, because then I still would have to figure that out. I don't know. Maybe if we talk about it and I get excited about it, I can put it in. I don't know. I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm kind of tired. like adding something to the shelf was like the max brain power I got right now, and I'm about to go get another hit at tryptophan because I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to someone who wants their hand held from casual creatures. Yeah, but you know, it's those people like you know, water on rock. The rock starts to wear down. I don't ask devs anymore. I fix it myself. I'd maybe change the sentry spawn. I seem to fight sentries 90% of the time. Well, man away, there's a mod that someone has made that reduces it greatly. I've already reduced it a lot. Like you've seen this whole time, me flying around, there hasn't been a single sentry. Not a single one. And I will explain to you why there's a discrepancy. It's because the spawning for this game needs to be ironed out and reiterated on. There's something where if like you're in server multiplayer, depending on depending on your rift activity, right? The rift activity itself. Oh god, what was it? There was a big thing. Multiplayer server. There's a modifier to where like the more players you have, it like increases it, like it adds to it and then like increases it by 1%, like the amount of spawns you can have for each thing. So you get in a server with a bunch of people, you won't see anything, you go by yourself, sometimes you get inundated. Other people's mods can, now that people like patch that kind of stuff, there could be a patch that someone made that upped the spawn rates. So yeah, what are you gonna do? On topic of dragons, my buddy and I killed a red dragon from Fantasy Creatures mod for the first time. We had a laugh because we went to harvest it and our clients crashed and the corpse despawned. Oh no! It wasn't meant to be. Awesome, we'll be updating as soon as that's out. Nice. Anything else you want shelvable? That was pretty good. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. Shitty. We like to say tightly coupled. Yeah. I don't know. I like shitty. My God, that's a shitty way of doing it. Yeah. Learning. The more I learn about the back end of VS, the more I'm getting sad. Where do you think all this gray hair comes from? I was like 20 years younger before I started modding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I should go to bed. Yeah, you gotta go to bed. 3 hours over bedtime. Yeah, go to bed, man. Away. You watch me on YouTube tomorrow. All this stuff goes to YouTube. Honestly, the crystals were the main thing. I'm not far enough into the mod to know other fancy things. What would make good shelf decorations? Well, you can always pitch them. There's also a chance too, like if people are really chatty, you know, if there's like 300 plus messages, I may like read it and be like, oh yeah, okay, let me do that, and then forget. So, but I try my best. But that will be in the next update. I will probably push this update out maybe tomorrow morning. I'm thinking before I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'll do it probably 8 to 9 a.m. EST. I just need to go through the change logs and document the other things that I just changed. Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times myself. Yeah. Hey, at least there's no crash when you go to harvest my stuff, right? Hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. All right, let's see who is playing Vintage Story. Oh wait, sorry guys. Before we do that, let's go to Hightail. Was anything pushed out in announcements? No announcements. Okay, I didn't think there'd be any. You know, with it being Thanksgiving and all. But all right, I'm off to bed. See you around. See you later. Let's find someone who is streaming. Who am I following that's playing? Perk Cuss. We got Perk Cuss playing. We're gonna raid Perk Cuss. I like him. Sticky and A, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Perk Cuss is he's a good player. Like he's definitely a better player than I am. Here we'll do raid Arard. Oh my God, I can't even type raid Perk Cuss. He's a cool dude. He plays a lot of the like experimental stuff like as soon as it's out and pulls up a server and is a-okay starting fresh. It's you know, it's fun just kind of watching him like play. Looks like he's got a mana bar. Do I want to raid him? Is it gonna be like, I found an issue that you need to look at? Because I want to raid and run. It's like 7 p.m. here. I'm hungry. Like I got some time. You know what I want to do? I want to make a turkey sandwich. It's all I want right now. I just want a turkey sandwich. I want to put some gravy on there, some mashed potatoes, I'll put mashed potatoes down on the bread, embed the meat, put some gravy on top. I'll crush some peas in there, and it'll just be like one bite of heaven. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Let's raid Perk Cuss. Showed up twice, got good info both times. May as well follow. All right. Well, I'm glad, and you got something out of it too, right? You can now place those items in shelves. Did you see how fast it was though to do, right? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, okay. A lot of times like I'm like this with the mod. I don't really see, you know, like that stuff doesn't click. Thanks, have a good one on everyone. Bye. Hey, everyone have a good one. You too, Bernardo. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I will be streaming a lot tomorrow. Probably in the morning to afternoon. Again, expect the update for Rustbound Magic to hit tomorrow morning. Maybe tonight. I may end up just doing it like in 30 minutes. I just want to get something to eat. I ran today, so I'm a little tired. And I still have like 2,000 calories for the day. Yep, I do. So, yeah, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful day. If you celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye, adios, see you later. Bye.